Please welcome Brian Archibald. You gotta talk first, then I'll give it to you. All right.
Davina, better get ready. All right.
Let's go.
All right, so number 7. Last time I was number 7 in the lineup. It's when I said maybe pitching's the way to go. But a good friend of mine recently told me that I was a pretty good closer too. So here we go. I'll try and throw some strikes and get out of here quick. First off, I got it. Yeah, jeez. Hey, thanks to Bob Callett, Sarah Larson, Pat Prenny, Dave Greenleaf, all the Hall of Fame members, and the selection committee for including me in this class of amazing people. Congratulations to the class 2025. It's an honor to be with you. The work and collaboration it takes to hold this type of event, it's not lost on me. This is a big deal. So thank you and appreciate your dedication. I'd like to thank my dear friend Nicole Urso for being my inductee liaison, getting me through this process. I know what this event means to you, your family, and especially your dad. All right.
You got it. Let's go.
Little backstory. My family moved to Bristol in 1982 from Exeter, New Hampshire. My father was starting a new business in Connecticut, and my parents chose Bristol as their new home. My sisters had it tougher than me because they were older and had to deal with leaving their friends, schools, etc. I was about to start kindergarten in a small town of Exeter. The kindergartens didn't get bused to school. So my parents said, hey, you get to ride a bus to school. Sold. Bristol, here we come. My first athletic experience in Bristol was during recess on the playground at Bingham School where teams were selected and the kickball game started. I remember almost whiffing the first time up. And as I ran to first base thinking I was good, Matt Smith fired a ball at my legs. I went down and the whole place yelled, "You're out." And by the whole place, it was the kids. There were no adults around organizing everything, make sure everybody's okay. It was the kids, "You're out." Oh, all right. So, right about then is when I said, okay, defining moment for me. I didn't know the rules. Challenge accepted. Looking back, I'm pretty sure my parents didn't do any kind of research into Bristol sports scene at the time, but it was an amazing time. When so many people hanging from the walls here today were hitting their stride as coaches. Dennis Sigmund, Pat Prenny, Tony Carrier, Tom Moylan, Phil Pirog, Dave Mills, Tony Floyd, Bill Sweet, Mike Giovinazzo, Hal Kilby, the entire Ziogas family. I guess I'm still naming a few. In Bristol at that time, everybody played sports. Every kid played sports one kind or another. There were opportunities throughout town, including Parks and Rec, everything. The boys' clubs, free packed little leagues, youth football. The opportunities go on and on. We grew up when Park Rec was serious. Like, we got after it. Then there was basketball at the boys' club. We've heard that, 10 times tonight? Right? That was legit. We played basketball at the boys' club, and it was real. 2 middle schools in town, and the first time I remember the true meaning of a rivalry. Memorial Boulevard versus Northeast. That was real. So I'm going to back up real quick because I'm sure some of you probably caught the basketball thing. Yeah, I played basketball all the way to middle school. I don't know, I liked it. Played hard, it's what we did. But by the time I got to middle school, it became clear that I needed a sport that, I don't required and encouraged a little more physical component to it, I guess. To be honest, much earlier I had already decided that I was going to wrestle the moment I could because my dad wrestled. He wrestled in Rochester, New York, and he wrestled in Navy. I just thought that would be cool to do what my dad did. I get it. Baseball was my first love, though. I just couldn't get enough. My thirst for baseball was insatiable, and boy, in Bristol, when I moved here, Bristol was king, or baseball was king in Bristol. Little League was great, as I got to watch Kevin Browning, the Gowitts, Chris Strahowski, Jerry Hassler, the Pirog boys, and many others play, and they were awesome role models for us younger guys. I was lucky enough to play well into my 30s with so many Bristol greats. Again, many of them are here tonight, and also on the wall. The Monahan League Tigers, the Bristol Merchants, the Bristol Scrappers. Some of the best times I remember on the baseball diamond. Thank you to all my teammates and especially to Bunty, who always seemed to call me and say something like, hey, Adam and I are going to play for this team, Adam Peters. Adam and I are going to move this team to Bristol. Thanks for calling, Bunt. I just could never say no. Soccer in Bristol was interesting and wasn't necessarily as popular as such as football-heavy town, but we had some very good players, and the rivalry with Bristol Eastern was awesome. Under the lights twice during the season are all games that will be remembered by all of us soccer players who were lucky enough to experience it. Thanks to Coach Tom Moylan, Henry Martin, Dave Greenleaf for giving me what I needed to play soccer in college. I needed a little bit more.
I gave you that too.
Yeah.
You mean the math help?
Come on, you're hanging in there.
Wrestling just wait. Wrestling at BCHS at Central was exciting. I was one of about 15 freshmen that year in 1990. Bob Gravois and Sean Jerry were our captains that year, and thank goodness for Sean, because he was nice. Bob, man, was he scary. But a real tough son of a gun and one weight above me, so I was always terrified Coach would put me in a group with him. I learned as fast as I could so I could wrestle off for varsity. I didn't know the rarity of freshmen wrestling varsity in Bristol at that time. Didn't really happen. I got mono shortly thereafter and had to go home for a month of January. You got to go. When I was cleared, the weight class above me was open and I only had to beat one other kid for the spot. I won the wrestle off, and that was the beginning of the journey that shaped all of my athletics and truly my life. Our coaches instilled hard work, toughness, perseverance, and family. Where'd it go? We took care of each other. We also held each other accountable. The best wrestlers worked the hardest and made sure everyone else followed suit. When other teams were having an easy practice day for a competition, we prided ourselves on the fact that those days were our hardest. So to all my guys, I hope you're not disappointed that these things aren't me. But were instilled in me by my coaches, Dennis Sigmund, Pat Prenny, Mike Daniels, Jerry Daniels, Gary Alford, and please be proud. You were part of that same tradition that made me who I am today. The names I just mentioned, plus people like Bobby DeSantis, Pete Wininger, Tom Moylan, Tony Carrier, Chuck Drury, my college coach Dave Chadbourne, Nick Rubo, Sal Santorino, even Tammy Stafford. That was an evolution of a relationship. They were my go-tos whenever I needed advice, reassurance, and other opportunities to be better for the kids and teams that I was involved with at different times. I'm proud to say that statement is true still this day. Thank you. I have to thank parents, families, and all our wrestlers. You allowed me to be me and backed me when your sons came home tired, hungry, cranky, and sometimes just pissed off at me. Thanks to all the athletes who trust me and our coaches, sometimes blindly. You're the true reason I'm standing here tonight. Ginny Terresso stood up here a couple years ago and talked about surrounding herself with people that will make you better. I couldn't agree more. And without Mike Mitchell, Matt Boisenall, Mike Drury, Chris Carrier, Kevin McCormick, John Horan, Ron Wazanko, coaching could have looked very different for me. I'm happy to say today I'm still coaching. Following the start of Bike Bristol and the building of the trail system in Rockwell, I've been part of a team of great guys that started a youth race team called Bikers Edge Devo. And the kids are killing it. We currently have one racer from Bristol and looking to expand. It's very difficult to have great success without support of the people you love the most. With that being said, if not for the support of my parents, family, here we go, and the closest friends throughout my life, we don't get to have this party tonight. Sig, thanks for being the person in my life that knew how to encourage, empower, challenge, and sometimes tell me that I was wrong when I needed it the most. For 36 years, you've been one of my first calls for everything in my life. Thanks for always being the guy who answered the call. Jill and Janice, thanks for being great older siblings and putting up with all my nonsense while also being such loving aunts to my boys. My brother Michael, I know he didn't understand a whole lot about all this sports stuff. But you all always understood it was who I am, and that's all you needed. But most importantly, you have supported Lance and Lincoln's athletics and activities without question, as all great uncles do. Thanks to you and Jason. Okay. Oh boy. Mom, you're not only my biggest fan and supporter since like forever. You're simply the best. You've taught me to be that for my boys. I love you very much, and I know Dad's proud tonight. Lance and Lincoln, nothing makes me prouder than being your dad and spectator in your lives. On occasion, some coaching stuff going on. Lance, you've broadened Mom and my lives with willingness to explore new things, watching you ride your bike, ski, and climb the mountains of Colorado. Drive your truck where people probably shouldn't. Work so hard at your academics and country line swing dance. Amazes Mom and I. Never stop dancing. Lincoln's not here tonight. Apparently he was supposed to be here. I see him. Last minute, literally as Coach Sigmund was in the parking lot in Williamsport, Pennsylvania this morning to pick him up, to bring him here to surprise me, he got the call from his coach saying, "Hey man, you can't go. You're starting in the lineup tomorrow." Link, we'll see you in the morning. Watching you play sports, football, softball, baseball, the whole 9 yards, and especially wrestling, fills my heart. Someone once said that the only man in the world that wants you to be better than him is your father. It's true. 100 high school wins. Got it. And like Coach Sig said, at this point, 5 more college wrestling wins than I ever had. You make me a winner. You two are the proudest accomplishment in my life. Keep up the hard work, continued success will follow. Always be the guy who answers the call. My wife, Kathy, when you were the trainer and the guys always wanted to go see you to escape practice, I was assistant at the time, maybe even a volunteer. I may have sent them knowing that I could go and retrieve them. Just saying. Thanks for always understanding me, what makes me tick. Thanks for never making me make up a story about going grocery shopping on a Sunday morning so that I can get into a baseball game and get the appearance so that I could play in the playoffs. Where is he? He's here somewhere. You know who you are. Thanks for explaining to your parents, Gene and Jeff, who are the best in-laws and grandparents anyone could ask for. Explaining to them why we're going to be late to Christmas, we're going to be late to this, we're late to that, because I had a wrestling tournament, or I had a baseball game on a Sunday, or a bike race to go to for a whole bunch of other people's children. Gene and Jeff, thanks for understanding. Thanks for knowing that there's no way I'll miss one of my boys' activities, even if it means driving 6 hours with a possibility of 30 seconds on the map. You get it. Oh, thanks for understanding that I'm probably going to be gone 9 weekends next year coaching the mountain bike races. But thanks for thinking it's cool. I love you very much, and thank you. In conclusion, for real, I promise, clearly I'm not here tonight because I did any of this on my own. The people before me, with me, and that got on board made this happen. So, surround yourself with people who make you better. Be the one who answers the call. And most importantly, there are a lot of Archies, as my friends say. But my favorite is all in Archie. If you're going to do something, then be all in. Thanks. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night. And congratulations, everybody.